All right, guys. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Welcome to Choco Millionaire. Welcome to Choco Millionaire. All right, this is going to be a quick video. Following the video I did two videos in the past. One on how to avoid deportation when you arrive at any airport in Europe or North America, or even in the Gulf regions, or maybe Asia. All right, that video, a lot of people saw it, and I believe after that it inspired a lot of people to reach out to me. Some of you have actually sent me email confirming that you have gone through similar things, where you got to the airport and then you went through some kind of interrogation and then things didn't go well and they canceled your visa. All right. I've had quite a couple of examples in recent times, but there is this particular one that the person told me that, you know what, I like you to use it to educate people, use my story to educate people. So I just want to touch on that. My hope is that when you watch this, you share them. I believe that sometimes the things that we go through at airports that lead to deportation and visa cancellations, they are merely things that we don't know and we take for granted. Not that we are just stupid. I don't think anybody would just get a visa, buy a ticket and go and arrive and then would just want to see themselves getting deported and visa cancelled. I don't think so. I think it is just the lack of information, that we don't have enough of stories going out there where people are, sharing their experiences and educating people so that people will know. Trust me, I believe I would have also made some of these mistakes if maybe I didn't get anybody coaching me. I was very lucky that at the time I was coming to Canada, I had somebody who actually gave me help and gave me some heads up and say, you know what, they're going to ask you XYZ questions. This is how you answer them. Don't put these things in your bag, do this, the person coached me as to what to pack. If you don't know these things, you can go and put all kind of nonsense things even in your bag that can even mess up your trip, right? But if you have somebody who educates you and gives you the information, your travel is most likely going to be very, very issue-free, no issues, and it will be easy, all right? Let me go straight to the point. So this person is from Ghana. I will not mention. I have decided not to even reveal too much because the person, only told me to educate people, but not to, all right? So I won't go into too much of personal stuff there. But just to give you the substance of everything, this person got a visa to come and visit the mother in the US, okay? This person is an adult as well and got a visa to come and visit the mother. Now, during the visa process at the embassy, I believe the reason that the person gave for coming to the US is that my mother is not well. I am coming to take care of my mother, okay? So the visa was approved. The person also got a letter to show that he's been able to get a leave from his work, leave from work, okay, to be able to go and take care of mother. So the company granted leave, right? Now, bought a ticket and arrived in one of the airports in the US, in Michigan, Detroit airport, arrived there. And when this person arrived, the border official, that is where most of these problems come, right? The border official who was to process her arrival into the country decided to ask some questions. So questions were asked. Who are you coming to visit? The person said, I'm coming to visit my mom. What for? I'm coming to take care of my mom. She's not so well, she's sick. I said, okay. Is your mom with somebody? Say, oh, my mom is married, has a husband. It turns out that husband of the mother is actually a stepdad. Okay, so not like the direct dad, stepdad. All right. So which of them can I call? This person from Ghana provided a contact number to be called. So they called. The call went to the husband, which is a stepdad. And then I believe the question was also asked. I should actually, there is a whole transcript, so maybe I should actually read the transcript, all right? I have it on my phone, the transcript of what transpired, the conversation between the border official. Let me see if I can open it up, okay? I've decided not to give too much information about this because I just want you, all right. Let me just see if I can read some of it here, okay? Share this video, share them. Like, guys, it could happen to you. You, especially if you have not traveled before and you are looking for visa. These things can happen to you. If you've been traveling, it will look normal to you because you know what to do, right? Those of us who've been traveling before, we know how to answer questions. But you know, even those who travel, they still can run into trouble. If you watch the video I did, was it yesterday or 2-3 days ago, about the Nigerian man who was coming to Canada, and then in France, something didn't go right. That person has a lot of travel history. He's actually been traveling across Europe, but you can see it still happened, right? So sometimes it's not even about your travel experience. It's about you knowing what can go wrong ahead of time. You have to anticipate what the border officials, you know, you have to basically, traveling is a whole lot of psychological game. When they look at you like this, they are thinking that you are not going back. No, that is basically what many of them. You can call it prejudice. You can call it whatever you want. But sometimes when they look at just your face, they already can assume so many things. It is up to you to, you know, to allay their fears, to disprove them that that is not what is bringing you into the country. It can happen to anybody. Let me see if I can just selectively pick some of the things that transpire. You know, there is a whole transcript, meaning that everything was documented. So you can actually see what transpired at the airport. The questions and the answers, okay? All right. And are you in need of an interpreter? So this is the question that the officer asked. He said, any statement you make may be used against you in this or any subsequent administrative proceeding. All right. Are you in need of an interpreter for this sworn statement? The answer is no. That is the answer from this Ghanaian traveler to the US. Have you studied English in anywhere in the world? The answer is yes, in Ghana since childhood. Okay. Let me go ahead. Okay. Let me go ahead and read some of the other ones. Okay. I believe this part here was the one for the visa application itself. All right. This question looks like the one that they asked during the visa. I'm just not too sure about it. Okay. Do you have any medical or mental conditions I should be made aware of? So I get slight headache sometimes. All right. Are you currently taking any medication? Say no. What is your true complete name? Person give the name. All right. Do you have any children? The person answered that. Where is your husband? Say he's where is your spouse? Say he's in Ghana. Are you married? Say yes. Okay. Do you have any immediate relatives that are in the United States as citizens or lawful permanent residents? He said yes, my mom, and she's a green card holder. Okay. Are you, so listen carefully, those of you who have been using B1, B2 to come to the Western world to give birth, look at how they ask questions related to those who come with the intention of coming to give birth. I want to, this can even apply to anybody. When I tell you to share this video, you won't share. Somebody will go and run into ask questions like this and they wouldn't even know how to even, you know, answer them. Look at it here. Are you currently pregnant? The answer here is no. That is, when I say the answer, it means that is the answer that this traveler gave. No. Now, let me pause here. Those with visitor's visa going around, do you know the implication of this question? You know, they told you whatever you say is an oath you are swearing before them, isn't it? So the border official now asks you the question. Look at all the questions. These are all questions from the from this one alone. I can tell that these are all questions coming from the border official. Are you currently pregnant? The answer is no. So if at that stage, right, the officer has reason to believe that you are pregnant, but you are only visiting the US, that officer has every right to actually isolate you to go through further checks or interrogations to find out whether you are pregnant or not. Remember, you have already answered the question that you are not pregnant. So now if they go and find out that you're actually pregnant, it means you have actually lied. And then it leads to one thing. These people, the moment you lie before them and they actually find out, it's an offense before them, or it's an immigration offense. It's just what they call it, misrepresentation. All right. But anyway, I'm not saying that this person was pregnant. I'm only using this pointer to just guide you. So that especially in the US especially, I haven't seen anybody who came to Canada and they took them through all this drill of questions. But at least for the US, you can tell that the line of questions here, one of them is, are you pregnant? And you'd have answered that question. All right. How much money do you have that you are traveling with today? The person mentioned the amount. All right. Who purchased your ticket for this trip? The person said, I bought it myself. How long are you planning to stay on this trip? The person said, just 3 weeks to see my mom. You have return tickets for 4 months. Is this correct? He said it was a promotion they were doing, so the agent did it for me. I told him I would change it for when I went to go back. I like the answer. I like the answer that this person gave. But this answer could also open up so many things. You said you are traveling and you are staying only for 3 weeks, but on your return ticket, it shows that you are returning in 4 months. If you have a very good border official, this will not be an issue at all. Because look at the explanation that this person gave. Person said, you know what, it was a promotion and that was the time I got, so I picked the 4 months. By the way, staying in the US for 4 months is not bad if you're a visitor, because as a visitor, you can stay up to 6 months, so I don't think it's a big deal at all. But just to let you know, they can actually just flag some of these things. They can flag some of these things that based on when you want to return and the time on your return ticket, it does not match. You said you want to stay here for just 2 weeks, but your return ticket shows 6 months or 7 months. If it is something that the official, the border official has problems with, it can turn into something else. All right. But I personally think this answer here is a good answer. But it would have been nicer if the return date she provided the official at the airport matches exactly what. Because think about it, you are coming to take care of somebody who is sick. It makes sense that you can stay more than 3 weeks, isn't it? Isn't it? Your mother, right? It's not like you are just coming to give paracetamol to her and go back. So, I mean, 4 months is not bad for visiting a sick mother. I don't think it's bad, especially as a visitor when you can stay up to 6 months. So I think I would have answered it differently. I would have actually said 4 months, right? Just to match what is on my ticket. That's what I would have answered anyway. That's me. That's my opinion. Remember, whatever I share here is personal opinion, okay? All right. How did you support yourself while you were here? Okay, how would you support yourself while you were here for the 4 months? The official, their English is not good though, because there are so many typos in their English too. The official himself, okay. My mom will support me, okay. Would you perform any work while in the United States? No. I'll be taking care of my mom. That's a very good answer. So with this question, they are trying to find out whether as you are visiting, you'll be wanting to work. Those of you who want to visit and you'll be working. When they ask you this question, where you know, where your brain. If they ask you this question, where your brain misfire, where your brain say, yes, I'm going to work, that right there, back to sender, they will reset you right away. Especially if you are visiting. That's a key word here. Especially if you're a tourist or you're visiting, okay? Remember, as a visitor, you cannot work whilst in this country. So this question that the official is asking is meant to just basically just see whether you have any other plan aside from visiting your mom, okay? That's what I think there. What is the purpose of your travel? To visit my mom. What is your mother's name? She provides the mother's name. Your visa application states your mother is so and so. Is that your mother or it is this other person? Problem has begun here already. Okay, let me use an example here. Problem has already begun. So let's see here. I'm going to read this. Your visa application stated that your mother is, let me see if I can get a lady's name on the screen so I can use it as an example, okay? Ladies, keep commenting. I want to pick somebody's name. I want to use it as an example. I don't want to mention any personal thing here, so I want to get an example here. Your visa application states that your mother is Agnes of, okay. Your mother is Agnes Ajekum. Listen carefully. Your visa application states that your mother is Agnes Ajekum. Is that your mother, or it is Pamela Ansa? Look at it here. This person is telling the border official that they are coming to visit their mom. And then the official asks the question, what is your mother's name? He said Pamela Ansa. Then the visa officer asks the question, but according to the visa application, it says that you are coming to visit Angela Ajekum. Right away, the problem has started right away. The names are not matching. The name of the mother during the visa application at the US visa consulate is different from the name of the mother that you're visiting. So I believe that from here, the officer will start having more suspicions, I believe, okay? I decided not to read a real name for personal reasons, privacy reasons, okay? Then the answer the traveler gave is they are the same. They are the same. Then the question follows. You identified Pamela as your mother in picture portrayed from your mother's so and so application. Is this picture your mother? Yes, that's her. That's the answer. You are here to help your mother, who is currently in the hospital. Is that correct? Yes. Do you know what hospital your mother is? No. It's not surprising that she doesn't know the hospital, you know. It's not surprising because, I mean, you cannot, I don't think you can know all the information about your mother, like which shop your mother goes to shop and all of that, right? Perhaps if I'm the one in the hospital, if I'm the one inviting this person, I would have anticipated some of the questions they would have asked, and I would have actually given some of this, that, hey, I'm in a hospital, or I'm in the facility, a health facility, this is the name, you know, you could have given. But I don't think the answer she gave is too bad. The answer is not too bad, okay? But let's see how it goes. Do you know the city or state where this hospital is located? Currently, she's in the house. The nurse comes to the house, and currently my cousin there. Wow, I am seeing some inconsistency here because the previous question says she's in the hospital. And then the next follow-up question, the answer says she's currently at home. So it could be. Currently, she's in the house. The nurse comes to the house. And currently, my cousin is there. I think the answers are overcomplicating things. So your cousin is in the house with your mother. And you are coming to take care of your mother. But your cousin is in the house with your mother. And you said your mother was in the hospital. But now you say your mother is currently home. I think at this point, things will begin looking suspicious already. All right. You have several medications which you stated during a baggage exam. Are these for your mother? The answer is yes. So apparently, this person is bringing some medication from Ghana, I believe, to give the mother, okay? It looks like a genuine case of the mother. I personally believe that the mother is not well, but maybe the way the answers went is what just didn't help, okay? You also stated during your baggage exam that you are here to take care of your mother because she's unable to take care of herself. Is this correct? Yeah, she's sick, so I come to help, okay? You provided me with a phone number for a gentleman called Albert Apia. Who is this? So it means that the traveler provided the name for somebody. So the officer is asking at the airport, who is this person whose name you provided? Albert Apia. He said, Albert Apia is my mother's husband. So, okay. So then the officer said, Albert Apia was contacted at this phone number that you provided. He stated that your mother was currently in Ghana. he was put on speaker and still stated that your mother was in Ghana, which you yourself you heard. Is this correct? Then the answer is no, it is not correct. So basically the officer is saying that you gave us a particular contact number. You said this person is Albert Appiah. Who is this person? He said my mother's husband. So that would be your stepdad, right? Good. Who is this person? Stepdad. Okay. We decided to call that number and we put it on speaker for you to hear. This person has told us that your mother is actually in Ghana at the moment. Is that correct? And then the traveler answers the question, no, that information is not correct. So basically the traveler is saying that my stepdad, who is on speaker right now, whatever he's saying is not correct. That I, who is traveling to come and visit them, I am saying that my mother is in the house. I think at this moment, if I was the border official, I would have done two things. One, I would have looked at the demeanor of the traveler to see whether they are under duress or they feel pressured, so that I can calm them down myself, if that is what I think. You know, some people get really like panic attack, right? The more you question some people, the more they freeze and they begin acting very stupid and, you know, looking very incoherent. Like, so if I was the border official, I would have used my psychological training that I've received to see whether this person is actually answering the question under duress or pressure to help them to settle down. Or I will also look at their body language to see whether they are genuinely confident of their answers and they are bold and they are defending it. I'm not sure which one was the case here, but the way you guys are watching, I'm pretty sure you know how things are going right now, right? There is an inconsistency right here, and this one is a very big one, because the person you are coming to visit, you yourself, you provided a contact number, and then we reach out to the person on speaker. The person said, you know what, your mother is not in the country. Your mother is back home where you are coming from. Like, that one there is a big one. It's the biggest one, right? But let's go through and see. When I first contacted Albert, he identified himself as a worker with the government. Is he actually doing that job? Actually, I don't know. Well, it's your stepmom, so if you don't know, it's not a big deal that you don't know what your dad does, right? But the answer here is that actually I don't know. So your stepfather and a border of official systems are both wrong, and your mother is currently in United States. In other words, are you saying that what your stepfather is saying on the phone and the information we have in the system here are both wrong, and that your mother is currently in the States? Then the answer here is all right. I've lost track of where I am. Okay. You once said earlier that you know that you are lying to a federal officer is a crime, right? Do you know that by lying to a federal officer is a crime, right? Yeah. She responded, yeah, okay. The system showed that the person you identified as a mother has departed the United States via flight so and so on this date in 2000 and so, and has not returned. Can you explain this? Wow, at this point it's getting interesting. So their system already shows that the mother has traveled and left the US, and their system shows that the mother has not returned. And this person is saying that, can you now confirm to me what is going on? All right. You are in possession of several certificates and degrees showing that you are a health worker, a registered health worker. Now, the answer is everywhere I go with them. I'm a registered so and so in the health sector. I think this also leads to another suspicion. You are coming to visit your mother, to take care of your mother, but then the documents that you are carrying shows that you are coming with all your credentials, your academic credentials and what have you. You see, right away, it gives a bad vibe, because if you are traveling to visit someone and you have no intentions of working, you wouldn't be carrying your credentials around, isn't it? What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it? The official will already be thinking, given the number of inconsistencies already, and then the fact that the person who is hosting you is not even in the country at the time per the immigration system, and the fact that your stepdad is also denying the fact that your mother is in the system, and then you are coming with your own your credentials as well, your certificates and stuff. I don't know. I leave that for you guys to confirm there. You are also traveling with an application for a health worker for the United States. Can you explain this? So meaning that this person has an application with them already for a certain job in the United States in the health sector. The answer is, I have it, but I don't know anything about it. I printed it and filled it out from online. It's getting interesting, isn't it? You stated earlier that you have to return to Ghana in 3 weeks because you have to report back to work. Is this correct? Absolutely, yes. You are traveling with an approved leave of absence from your work. This states that you are excused from work from October 1 to October 1 the next year, the following year, meaning that you have been given a 1-year leave from your work. Can you explain this? He said, well, I have 2 places I work. I work in 2 places. Where do you work? I work at this particular place in Ghana and this other place in Ghana. Okay. I think the suspicion is getting more serious because the 1-year leave with the application for a job in the US, it doesn't make it look nice at this point. If I was a border official, I would be trying to wrap up my thing here, but the border official continues. Your one letter states that you need to come into the US to be with your husband. Can you explain this? He said, well, I have to use my husband where I am working, but it is actually for my mom. So you lied to your work, stating it is your husband who is in the US, not your mother, just because they only gave permission for me to leave if it is my husband. So she had to lie to the workplace or the employer that she's coming to take care of the mom. Otherwise, the employer wouldn't have given her the permission to go through this. Question followed. Due to the fact that you claim you are coming to visit your mother in the US, but our systems and your stepfather both state that she's in Ghana, you are traveling with an approved leave of absence from giving you the next year off, but claim you have to be back to work in 3 weeks. You are believed to be intending immigration. You are believed to be intending to migrate under section so and so, blah, blah, blah. Your current visa will be cancelled and you are required to obtain a new visa for future travels to the US. You are being returned to Ghana. Do you understand this? She said, I don't understand. Okay. Subject explains she's being returned to Ghana. So basically the officer is stating here that I took my time to explain this to the traveler. You are being processed as an expedited remover and are being barred from re-entering the United States for a period of 5 years. You cannot come back to the US within 5 years period without advance permission for the United States from the United States government. Do you understand? She said no. Subject took time to explain this. Okay. Do you have anything to add to your statement on your behalf? Subject said no. All right. And then it concludes here. The officer's name is actually here, so I can see the officer's name. This is a Caucasian name. The name looks like a Caucasian name here. All right. So for the person here, you might be wondering what I said to this person. Actually, I'm very excited that this person was actually, I didn't even ask the person. She was the one who actually said, you know what, use this to educate people. And I said, thank you, I appreciate that. But I promise to keep your name out. So every name you heard in the video here is not the actual name. I changed them just so we can get the education part. Now, I'm pretty sure if you have followed the entire narration that I read, you can tell that things did not go well, isn't it? It looks to me that this person who is likely watching my video at the moment did not get the right coaching, you know, in terms of what to during. In fact, guys, your traveling does not start when you get your visa. Listen carefully. I want to use these opportunities to educate you on this. Many people think that your actual traveling starts from the day you get your visa. Wrong. Your traveling starts from the day you submit your application for a visa. Listen carefully to me. You know, say my platform, not teaching where they teach. Your traveling starts from the day you submit your visa application. You know why? Because every information you give to a visa officer, one, is not an information you can change. It's an information that stays with them, and it's an information they can use against you in the future. Immigration stuff are considered to be legal. So do not think that you can just go and tell story A to a visa officer just to claim the visa, and then when you are arriving, you can change it to story B. There are many people who get banned just because of inconsistencies of story. They are applying for the visa. Are you married? They say no. And then when they get a visa, they go back and apply. I want to bring my wife. Then they say, oh, wait a minute, but you told us you are not married. How come now you are married? And then your marriage certificate shows that you've been married for how long? Like problems upon problems. So guys, I want you to understand your traveling journey starts from the day you submit or hand over your documents to the visa officer. So whatever you hand in, you need to be able to see the future from there. That if I get the visa, will I be able to stick to this? Will I be able to have this same information ready? Because whatever information you use to procure your visa will be vectored again at the airport when you arrive, depending on which kind of visa or border official you get. In this situation, this lady was lucky to get a visa, all right, but stories didn't line up. I'm pretty sure if it was maybe a different officer who decided not to pay attention, they could have overlooked some of this, but there's not much I can say. The inconsistencies were just too much. In other words, things were just all over the place, right? They were just not lying. Like, everything was bad. Mother not in the US at the time you were arriving, but you said she's in the US. Stepfather on loudspeaker, not even corroborating your own story, meaning that your stepfather probably or your mother did not know you were even arriving on that same day. Maybe there was no communication, because if there was communication, most likely your mother would know that you are arriving. If there was communication, maybe your stepfather would know our daughter is coming from Ghana. You know what I mean? It looks like that communication was not there. And then basically the whole issue of bringing your documents. So you see why when you travel, your bag, even your luggage where you carry, they reserve the right to open that luggage. Especially if things go bad, they can actually open your luggage to see what's in the inside. Anyway, so those of us who travel for visitors visa or tourist visa, and then we pack all our documents, say we run away. If you don't get lucky, and then if you don't, I'm not mocking, right? But if you don't get lucky and you have a very, very nosy border official, and then they decide to ask one question after the other and after the other, and then they begin to look through your bag, your handbag and stuff like that, which they have the right to do, it could be very, very, very unfortunate. All right. What is the lesson in there? One, you need to plan everything and have your information line up. I'm not saying plan in terms of lying, but it means whatever information you are going to submit during your US or your Canadian visa time, you need to always see the future from that point. Would you have that same information? If you are using a bank statement now for your application, would you be able to prove that bank statement again in the next few months if they ask you for it? The future can always come back asking you to produce the past information. All right, so have all of this in mind, and that is why I'm doing this kind of videos. And I want to encourage many of you. You can see how protective I was of this lady. I haven't shared any personal information. I just, went over things in a way that it can educate people. I have already advised her on what to do. Now, in most of this situation, Choco Millionaire cannot be the one to, I'm not even a lawyer, right? But I can definitely show you what you can do. Now, if your situation is not that bad, one of the ways you can go around this is to use a very, very good immigration lawyer who can look at this transcript for a say and then punch holes into the border official's job. For example, the one that has to do with the Nigerian who came from Europe, went to Nigeria, and then from Nigeria decided to travel and transit in Europe and connect to Canada, even though he doesn't live in Canada, but he was visiting, right? You see that one there? I personally think, when I reviewed this issue there, I personally think it was prejudice. That's what I think. I think it was prejudice. There was no basis based on the transcript, there was no basis for the border official to have his visa cancelled. So in such a situation, that gentleman can actually get a very good immigration lawyer and then challenge the decision of the Canadian immigration, right? Or the border official. And then he can have the ban overturned. So if your situation is not one which you think was a mistake from you, but you think it's just a personal prejudice from the border official, you can always use the service of a very good immigration lawyer, and then you can get it overturned so that your ban will be reversed and then it will give you your visa back. It's possible. It is very, very, there are many, many stories of this success out there. But where it is actually proven that you have committed a misrepresentation, or you have deliberately deceived or lied under oath and used fraudulent information, that one is a little bit difficult. Or some people actually also stamp fake visas in their passport and blah blah blah. Some people do that. Some people go and stamp fake visa in their passport trying to enter the country, or maybe fake Schengen visa trying to convince the border official that they have been traveling to other countries. So and then if this things don't go well, it's like good, your whole traveling could just come down. And the ban is not 1 year, it's not 2 years. So the ban are 5 years. And it's not like when they ban you, you are just applying it, they're giving it to you. Normally when they ban you, you are basically like, what is it? You have been shadow banned. That's official. They will shadow ban you in the system. Huh? So it is more difficult for people who have been banned for committing certain crimes, like misrepresentation, to get a visa. It's just difficult. It's just difficult. Now, what are the other options? The other option is for this person to travel to another country. I've already sent an email to her, giving her options of what she can do. So I'm pretty sure she's going to go through them and see what she can do. Did you enjoy this video? Was it educative? If you did enjoy this, smash the like button. If you did enjoy this, help bless somebody with this. If you don't share this video, I know they care, but I know one day you'll come to me, sending me an email. Choco Millionaire, please help me. I was going to Qatar and they deported me. Please help me. And then I'll ask you, did you watch my video? Why didn't you watch it? Sure, you were busy watching Mackenzie comedy. To be so. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Share this video. Let's bless others. This is Choco Millionaire, yours truly. I promise to come your way with more and more of such. I have a lot of them, but I'll go through them and see which ones are more educative and then, can help you guys. All right. Share them and let it be a blessing to others. God bless you. Peace. Have a good one.